y'all, this is Jade. Welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be, technically speaking, a reaction. So what do I mean by that? FNC and INSEONG posted a video, a playlist video with all of his tracks from the album. I had been looking for one of these for a while, but I hadn't found one. So what I did was just an album review. I went ahead and listened to all of the tracks. I posted an album review. And then a little bit later, this video was posted. And I was like, that's great. But regardless, what I'm going to do is a reaction of the tracks that I've already listened to. I will go ahead and keep mutas off in here. I know I didn't do that when I was listening to Crossfade's album. I didn't leave peace in the reaction. But I'll go ahead and just leave it here because it is the first track and there it was not. So, just for the sake of not cutting too much of this video and causing awkward jump cuts, I'll go ahead and just keep the whole video reaction intact, which will include the song, the title song. So, without further ado, here we go. It's a little low. But still, he's so cute. That looks like such a comfy bed. I just finished reacting to the live of this song. If only we looked all that good. All of us look that good waking up from deep sleep. Aww. That looks like such a comfortable sweater. He's so cute. I know I've said that a couple of times already. This bridge is so pretty. I do love how the drums came in right then. I could never be that happy making my bed. Okay, so I did not preface this in the beginning, but I will be pausing between each track to discuss. So that track, Mute Is Off, delivered, as you could probably hear, some powerful vocals, anthemic themes of hope. His voice, I did explain this when I watched the music video before, but I'm going to go ahead and reiterate some points there and some points from when I did the album review. As I was saying, his voice is very rich in this track. Not something I noticed, well, I wouldn't say a lot, but he tends to not go into that deeper soulful register of his that he's capable of in a lot of SF9's music, except for maybe some B-sides. I will say that. The title tracks, not so much, except for when he's like doing his high notes or there's a specific point where it might be necessary. But usually he sticks to a specific vocal register for the SF9 title tracks. Now, as far as instrumentation is concerned, I know that he loves the band sound. He's mentioned it a couple of times, once during the concert I went to and once during INSEONG. That sound is so perfect for his vocal tone and just everything about it just resonates so beautifully with my ears and everyone that has heard this song, at least from my knowing, from the comments on the lives I've seen. They really, really enjoyed it. I just hope that his label allows him to continue in this path. Maybe another EP, maybe a full album, further down the road, of course, because I think right now they're gearing up for a new SF9 album, which I don't know, obviously, when it's going to even, any information about it will drop. But with Dawan back, that's probably in the works. But I would love to see more solo music from INSEONG. He has such potential to be a big solo artist out there, and I would love to see it happen. But yeah, I love this song. I really do. I've mentioned it before. Hopeful anthem. Hopeful anthems for the win. Especially that last chorus, where it sounds like there's a chanting choir singing. I think what he does with it, though, is that he sings that part. And he just belts it out. And he's just fantastic at everything he does with his vocals. Be it the ability to just switch immediately from like a lower tone, like a lower quiet tone, directly into that higher belting pitch. Like, who does that? Well, there are those that do, but it's such a tricky method, and if you don't do it right, you can damage your vocal cords. But he's really good at it. He's very good at it. But yeah, that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the second track. I think it's called Feast of the Night, if I remember correctly. And this song takes me out for the count. Here we go. And here we go. yeah, that R&B sound. Uh-huh, sure. Yeah. Enough, sir. His voice is so versatile, though. Sounds like a song Beckon would sing. I need to turn this up a little bit more. Why do you look so confused? This song is so good. When I first heard the highlight medley and heard the chorus, the R&B song was the last, that was the furthest from my mind. Oh, I love that bluesy guitar. It's so good. I'm just curious why he would call it, why they chose that title for this song. And he's just looking so innocent while listening to it. Is this breakfast? Is this lunch? Oh, this bridge. Are those like strawberry jam and blueberry jam? What are those? They're so small. Okay, so I believe that was called Feast of the Night. As I said, that song takes me. The R&B sound in the beginning really, really threw me for 100 loops when I first heard it. I was like, wait, what? INSEONG is one of those people that can just sing anything and everything under the sun and it will sound fantastic no matter what. He's very meticulous when it comes to his vocal stylings, and that's probably why this album took forever to make. He did mention he was working on it for a long time. I think that might be half of the reason why. He's very much a perfectionist in his craft, and so I don't doubt that it took long because of that. But aside from that, the track itself, Feast of the Night, putting aside the name, which I'm having so many curious thoughts out as to why it was named this. This particular song, as I mentioned, has that R&B vibe. We have bluesy guitar in the midst of it, somewhere with the bridge and the chorus. The chorus is what completely threw me into like another type of sound. It was brighter rather than that like slow moving R&B jam that we had in the beginning. I did mention it during the re-reaction, but it sounds like a song Baekhyun would sing, and I stand by that. He has that kind of a tone, and I believe I mentioned it before, but INSEONG was trained at SM. So I am wondering if, because INSEONG has a vocal tone or vocal color that's similar-ish to Baekhyun, that they may have been putting him in the direction maybe to be like, if you even listen to Jaehyun of NCT, they all have that similar type R&B tone. I don't know if INSEONG was being prepped to be an NCT member. That would have been interesting, but he did go the route of joining FNC. I don't know if maybe it was because he might have wanted to join a band, but he ended up in the boy group. So I haven't seen the Survival Show dancer band yet. I haven't found a place where I can watch it. But yeah, I wonder if INSEONG really actually wanted to be like the lead singer of a band or something like that. But regardless, so this whole track was great. It really does show his versatility on the type of songs he can sing. Like, he's not a one-trick pony. He can do anything he wants with whatever type of instrumentation he's provided. So I really love that about him. He's just like, yeah, give me whatever you have. I'll make it better. I'll make it great. I would love to see him, honestly, on a track that's a little more maybe harder rock, or maybe like maybe not just harder rock, but perhaps something more along the lines of maybe Evanescence instrumentation. That would be cool. But yeah, I really love this. I really love this song. It's one of my favorites off the album. My second favorite, actually. My favorite hasn't played yet, but I don't think it's the third track. I think it's after it. So let's go ahead and continue. And I think the next track is Trying to Love. Here we go. Oh, I love those vocal fries on the phrasing on those two lines. He's being so playful with his vocals right now. And lighter, too. More upbeat. He's enjoying his bread and his jam. This is the part that reminds me of Muta's Off, like the chanting choir. He looks so pouty. Oh, I love that. Those vocal fries always sound so good. Oh, I love that. That he flipped into head voice like that. So that was the track Trying to Love. It was kind of in the same vein as Mute Is Off, but probably a little less intense in the instrumentation. Same kind of instrumentation, but not as heavy. Like, it sounded more playful, more, as I said, light, especially on his vocals. He sounded more playful with his vocals. I really enjoyed that. And as I said, it also shows, like, as the last track, his versatility to be able to switch between genres. Oh my goodness. Words this week. But yes, between genres. And he's just so good at what he does. As I was mentioning regarding the instrumentation, it is on the simpler side, but that by no means it makes it simple in how they're composing or orchestrating the track. There's so much that goes into making songs like these, that behind the scenes that we don't even know about. Layering, mixing, engineering, we know nothing unless you work in that field and in the industry or have some sort of knowledge of music, like of what goes on in the background. Unless you have any of that, you probably don't really know how hard it is to create tracks like this. A lot of people think it's a loop. And sometimes it actually is. But when it comes down to creating music that you're so passionate about, you're going to take your time and you're going to be such a perfectionist to the point where it takes you forever to master what you want. I said this earlier. INSEONG said it took a while to make this album. That's part of, probably half of the part is that, half of it is his perfectionism, and a lot of the composing, lyrics, everything that goes into creating the tracks. Sure, a lot of it nowadays is more automated, which would make the process a lot easier. But if you hear something that you feel is not quite right, or you want to fix, or if you want to fix it manually, who knows how long it's going to take for everything to come together. And again, I really enjoyed that. It's fun, it's bright, it's a kind of like pop rock, if you will, versus the pop anthem that Mute Is Off was. So moving on, I think the next one is called Stained Memory. This was the one that I really liked, alongside Feast of the Night. This was my favorite track after Mute Is Off. So let's go ahead and hit play. He's so cute. I remember that this was like folksy sounding in the beginning. Folksy pop. Oh, I love that. Oh, those flips. He's so good at them too. This is such a good song. Oh, those echoes. I need to make more music like this. Oh gosh, the grit there. Oh, no. Anytime he does yeah. Mm-mm. He looks so like relaxed. We gotta imagine how true that actually is. This chorus is so good. He's such a cutie, oh my god. He's going off in the back. All those ad-libs are so beautiful. So that was Stained Memory, and that was, as every time I hear it, every time I listen to it, it's always such a great track. I can't ever get over this. Like that folksy sound in the beginning, folksy pop specifically sound in the beginning, and then it just moves into like this like a folk rock song, really. His voice just sounds so good on it. All those ad-libs, and he does some flips, vocal flips, that I couldn't even begin to understand how. He's one of the vocalists that I really love and admire that has the ability to do vocal gymnastics. And I still can't figure it out how you're able to flip like that immediately and then come back down and go up and come back down. He just has a great voice. I will say it until the cows come home. He has a great voice. This particular track, though, I really, as I was saying, I would love to hear him do more tracks like this as well. Because I really love his voice on it. Though, I can understand why he might not. Because it may not be his primary genre that he wants to stick with. I don't know. But it is a song that he sounds amazing on. And the way some of those echoes and the ad-libs were on the track, he was just going off in the back at points. So I really love the fact that he was very creative with his voice on this particular track. He did so many different things. And I really appreciate that. The instrumentation for me, one of my favorites. One of my absolute favorites. But then again, I really like folk music, so... yeah, that... Anytime I listen to this song, it's just a great treat. A great ride. But Moving on to the last track. Still You, Now Me, I believe is the name of it. Here we go. Oh yes. 90s pop power ballad. Pop rock power ballad. I really love the Fender Rhodes in the beginning of this track too. And the breathiness, the whisperiness going on there. That electric guitar is so good. He just looks so comfy. This electric guitar is such a character in this particular track. Wow. That climb. I loved this album so much when I first heard it. I love it now. This particular track is such a beautiful ending to this album. And I probably should have said it before, but Feast of the Night sounds like something that belongs at the end of this album. Or close to. Not the second track. But this is a ballad, and you can tell it's a ballad just by the way it's constructed. But that 90s power ballad, like that adult contemporary music that you would hear on the radio, yeah, that's that kind of sound. I really, really enjoyed it. I really love this song too. There's no bad song in this album. I said it in my review. This album is a 10 out of 10. There's nothing like just good or below average. This is all fantastic. All of these tracks give something different. Like for instance, this had an electric guitar that was, as I said, such a character in the track. The Fender Rhodes in the beginning. Oh my god. I love hearing Fender Rhodes in the beginning of a song. It's I wish I could hear more songs with Fender Rhodes at the actual start of the song, rather than just like somewhere in the middle. I mean, if it's there, it's great, but I just love hearing it. While it's not my favorite instrument, it is really pretty. And it just gives me a nostalgic feeling. As far as the rest of this track is concerned, apart from his vocals, of course, where he's, again, doing vocal gymnastics, as per usual, and also the, what is that? The electric guitar and the Fender Rhodes. The mixing of this particular track, you start with like this beautiful ballad sound, and then you move into that power ballad with the electric guitar and all the other instruments, like proper rock. It's just 90s art, just 90s goodness. It's such a 90s type of song. I believe I said this before in my review, but I'm probably going to retract one thing. I did say it was like a mix of I Can Love You Like That by All For One and Heaven by Bryan Adams. I am sticking with Heaven by Bryan Adams, but I'm going to change the other track that it sounds like a mix of. And I think more like I Swear, more like that. Same group, All For One's I Swear. More like that in the slowness. I Can Love You Like That starts with something completely different. More like brass. But if you mix those two, this is pretty much what you get. But again, it was a great album. It is a great album. I still recommend it to anyone that loves good music. And yeah, that's about it for that. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up here. Sorry. Please comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, all if you'd like. And yeah, have a great one.